Well, if I look and sound somewhat damaged, that's the excuse I'm going for this week. So let's talk about that, shall we? Cheers. Welcome back, everybody, to me rambling about why I didn't do anything last week, and that's exactly what we'll do this time round. I did read some, I did work on videos, but I didn't publish anything because I went to Iron Fist instead, and self-inflicted some wounds on my vocal cords and my skin and probably also my liver. Anyway, let's do the weekly navel-gazing and just talk a bit about what I read last week and where we are with that. Well, I did continue reading Lord Tennyson's Idylls of the King to have even more background on Arthurian stuff for the Arthurian video. I did obviously also reread some wonderful Discworld, and then never make the video about it. I did reread Nightwatch to be up to date on where I want to take it, and well, I didn't record the video yet. But that is just what happened. I also read some more of Frederick Jameson's Postmodernism, or the Cultural Logic of Late Capitalism. That is for an upcoming project, and it's quite the read, to put it mildly. So there you are, that's what I read. I obviously continue to reread Guard is Guards, because I love that book, and it's currently my bedtime, feel-good, whatever novel. Yeah, what will I read this week? I will definitely finish up the Frederick Jameson. I might continue with some more stuff down that specific pathway of academic reading, and I will start looking for new horizons of fantasy and science fiction to come to, finally, now that I feel that we're getting close to the end of the Arthurian mess. So possibly I'll return to a song with for Arbonne. I really want to do that. Possibly also I'll do some other rereading. Who knows? I haven't really decided yet. I also want to have some looks into werewolf myths in ancient Greece to help a friend with a project of theirs. So I might be reading some academic texts on werewolves in Greece, which sounds fun, obviously. So, not much reading because, as I said, I spent more than half the week doing, well, unhealthy things on in the open air, and that did have an impact. So, what about all those videos I promised, I hear you ask? Well, I did make some progress on the Arthurian video. I did record the bits on, well, King Arthur, hey, a Connecticut Yankee at King Arthur's Court. I did record the bit on the Once and Future King multiple times to get it right, and I did record a first version of my points about the Mists of Avalon, which I am currently waiting for some opinions of friends on, because it's a bit of a touchy subject, and yeah, I'd like to have some external opinions on it. If all of that works out, the video is currently at 2 hours and 47 minutes long, and I still have 3 more bits to go, which I will definitely get into as soon as my voice has fully recovered, so I can talk about Bernard Cornwell's The Warlord Chronicles, and I can talk about Nicola Griffith's Spear and Lavi Tidar's By Force Alone, and then we'll be done. So, if I drink a lot of tea, and not just beer this week, which is what I've been doing all day already, then yes, we'll finally be there. We'll finally get the Arthurian video up at the end of the week. Now, that is sort of what I'm hoping for this week, and I will definitely do the Nightwatch video this week as well, because, yeah, I've reread it now. I can probably pull it off fairly quickly, and I'm excited about it. I even already have the thumbnail for that, so there's no excuses. This week round, there will be at least 1 or 2 videos. We will see how that goes. But, as I said, the Arthurian video is nearing its finish. I feel that I will be able to do the bits on Spear and Lavi Tidar's By Force Alone fairly quickly. The Bernard Cornwell one might need a bit of maybe 1 re-recording, because I'm a bit more worried to get those ones correct where I have strong, somewhat critical opinions, because those need to be, you know, somewhat founded in reality and shit like that. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm fairly optimistic that I can pull off the Arthurian video, finally. And then it'll be off to actually talk about the capitalist nightmare of Brandon Sanderson's culture industry. And I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been working on it in the back of my mind, so I hope to be able to pull that one off in less time than the Arthur video. But we'll see. It's always a bit tricky when I don't have any skills in editing or any skills in writing a script, or nor the capability of reading a script. So that's always kind of keeping me back, which means that when I record a video, it's very much like doing like a live performance, and sometimes you just fuck them up. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I haven't trained this shit. I switch on the camera. I just go like ramble, and sometimes I do sit back and I have ideas for specific formulation, phrasings that I want to use, and I'll hope to hell that I actually be able to, actually drop those into the text and really use them, which, sometimes I fail. But that's as close as I come to writing scripts, as I write down a structure of what I want to say and come up with some phrases that I think will be cool, or some jokes that I think might be nice, and try to actually remember to drop them in. Does that make for a compelling narration? Well, I doubt it, but it's the best I can do for now. If I come up with something better, then that's possibly the best thing I can do. Beyond that, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about stuff. I just recently got a comment saying that that the audio is the big issue, and the fact that I'm, drinking during talking is distracting, and I'm also doing these weird grunting noises. I'm aware of those. I wish I knew how to fix that. Maybe I should actually get like a course in like public speaking or performing. Like public speaking, I think, is the course that I would need to, like voice training. But then again, yeah, shit costs money, right? And I'm not exactly someone who does have a lot of money at the moment, so there's that. And we'll see. For now, I think it's really that I need to get my voice back. So lots of teas and stuff to soothe my throat. It turns out, if you sing at the top of your voice for like 3 days because it's all power and speed metal, that really does take a toll on your vocal cords and everything, because man may not be made to scream like that, but it is what it is. And I'm glad I went and had a good time there. Because while stuff like heavy metal festivals can be extremely taxing physically, they do bring me some, mental relief from stuff, and give me back some energy, which I sometimes feel like I desperately need. So in that regard, I think it was a good idea to go there, and a good choice to do that, and it was a fantastic festival. So if you live in Germany or close to Germany and you feel like coming to Ironfest next year, I can highly recommend that one. It's great location, great prices, great bands, everything was just perfect, which is really neat for the smaller style of heavy metal festival, because I know how hard that stuff's to organize. So having that, pulled off perfectly is just a great thing. And I met a lot of old friends. I met a lot of, new friends. Got some time to talk to people that I really, really was afraid to talk to before, because of all the stuff that I fucked up over the last, year, and probably more like 2 years. So there's still that fear within me to confront a lot of my past mistakes and fuck-ups and so forth, and that I'm still trying to find a way around. So there's always that challenge in a way. There's some things where I feel like the only way to go about it is to actually just do it, and it's kind of where I'm at right now, so hopefully that'll work. Anyway, I've come to the point where I feel almost comfortable about putting out the Arthurian video. I think it does have what I want from a video, what I want from it to, show people what Arthur is all about. Hopefully some of you will actually watch the whole thing, probably in multiple sittings, because it's going to be 3 hours and a bit. We're not fucking around with that one. That's the other part that I feel. Sometimes people tell me that it might be smarter for me to release shorter videos, and I do agree that shorter videos are clever, and I should probably do some more of those shorter videos when I have a random idea and just want to blast off, and I'll try to do more of those again. But I feel like some of the subjects, especially the Arthurian one, or later when I finally dig into that Brandon Sanderson thing, yeah, I can split it up into parts. And I want to make like a larger argument, like an actual argument, and for that I feel the coherence is important, and it's so easy to just put out like 5 different videos, 5 shorter videos, and well, people that have not actually watched all 5 will maybe miss the final argument. And obviously I can't force anyone to watch anything, but I'd rather make, callbacks to older stuff and so forth and make it easier as an ongoing narrative than splitting it up into multiple parts. Now, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It's where I'm at with, it's just my intuition is a gut feeling, basically. And I know some of you will disagree, and if you have, arguments about that and the idea that my videos are too long, and you're more than welcome to tell me so, then yeah, we can probably argue all about that as well, and we'll see. Maybe someone will come up with good arguments that can convince me to actually do something different, because I do think about whether my videos are too long or too short or whatever. I do obviously think about it a lot, but it's also like having the right arguments. In the argument, yeah, well, people have a short attention span. I don't know if that's the right argument at this point. If you want to, make like a real, make claims and so forth. Some things need time to be said. Now, obviously the answer would be just don't make that kind of video anymore, because who cares anyway, right? But yeah, I don't know. As I said, I'm waffling here because I'm very much wrestling with the question how to do these kind of things, how to make my videos a bit more accessible, possibly a bit more popular, because yeah, being liked is cool. Getting this kind of getting supportive comments is cool. Getting likes is cool. Losing subscribers kind of sucks. Losing people on your Patreon sucks even more, at least on a financial level. But people always going on about how we all do this just for fun and we don't care about the algorithm or anything of the sorts. I do believe that's usually true when we start out making channels. I'm not so convinced it is true later on. It's a nice pretense to keep up, because it builds the idea of authenticity. Look, I'm not doing this for views, right? I'm just doing this because I feel this inner need and urge to talk about it. And it's my hobby, right? I don't care about the numbers, but it's very difficult to not care about the numbers when, well, YouTube is built to, well, make you want to raise those numbers, and it's driving those numbers home again and again and again, because they want you to make more videos so they can make more money, and you get some dopamine as payment and maybe a little of ad money if you're lucky, and they get all the rest of the money. So they make it very difficult to avoid the numbers game, and yeah, I'm trying. But there's certainly days when I feel really shitty about it, and there's certainly days when I'm like, yeah, well, fuck it. I will just keep doing whatever, and if no one watches it, that's their problem, not mine, right? But it's kind of difficult to keep that up, because, as I said, every time I switch channels or whatever, YouTube makes it very easy for me, or very clear for me, that I have lost subscribers or gained subscribers or could do better or whatnot. They want me to know in all possible ways, and it's, sometimes I'm better at ignoring it than others. So that's sort of what is driving me behind when I make this stuff like the author video, where I'm like, you know what, I want it to be good to my standards, but I also wanted to, hopefully reach a lot of people, because I feel I have an opinion that matters, or, you know what I mean? That's sort of the idea. Is if I want to just scream into the void, I can do that. I can, get a dog again and just tell the whole author story to that dog, and I've said it, but that's not why we make YouTube videos, because we want to be heard. Want to be seen, possibly, but definitely want to have our thoughts and ideas heard, I feel. And it's difficult to sort of square that with the idea of not caring for the algorithm or whatever, because, yeah, that's how you get heard, is at the end of the day. Anyways, this is a rather pointless, random one, because I'm, as I said, still somewhat wrecked from a weekend of, well, cheap wine that was guzzled in a barbarian-appropriate way, and some really good heavy metal bands, and a lot of sun, and sitting in the sun and getting mildly burned by the sun, and or maybe more than mildly burned by the sun, and destroying my voice. And I'll just take a bit of a rest and do some more reading, and as soon as I feel I can talk normally again without hurting my voice after 5 minutes, I'll keep recording these last 3 bits to make up the whole Arthurian video, to have it up by the weekend, and maybe also manage to do the one about Nightwatch. That's the goals, that's the dreams. I hope you achieved yours, hopes, well, goals and dreams last week, and you read some really cool books, and are, well, reading some really cool books and doing some fun things this week. It's June already, which means my birthday's coming up as well. Times are really, really racing by real fast right now. I hope you're enjoying them nevertheless, and I'll see you in the next one, and until then, well, thanks for sticking with me. Cheers.